guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have been hearing a lot about this new foundation that came out. It came out a little bit ago and I decided that I wanted to try it out, see what the hype is. So if you guys want to see what foundation I'm talking about and you want to hear all about it, then just keep on watching. So the foundation that I'm talking about is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. It looks just like this. It literally looks like their concealer, but just like a bigger version. And this is what the concealer looks like compared to the foundation. Now, I do like the concealer, but I do not like it for under my eyes because I do have very dry under eyes and I feel like this is a little bit too drying. But for blemishes or hyperpigmentation or redness, this really does cover it up. So I do like it in that aspect. I just don't like it to conceal my dark circles because I do feel like it settles into my fine lines, but it really is a good concealer. So I decided I wanted to try this today since I've never tried it, and I'm gonna go to Ulta's website to see, you know, what it claims and all of that stuff. I'm gonna get you guys all the information. So it does look like here that this is $12 and you get 0.8 fluid ounces, so that's not that bad, honestly. I think usually for most foundations you get 1 full fluid ounce, and with this you're getting 0.8, but it is a pretty big bottle and I do feel like it would last you a while. It comes in 24 shades, which isn't too bad, you know, for a drugstore, for being fairly new. That's not too bad. That is a pretty good shade range. But what it says is Makeup Revolution's Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation offers lightweight yet buildable coverage in 24 skin true shades. This versatile foundation is designed to suit every skin type and tone. With an oil-free yet creamy and comfortable formula that dries down to a long-lasting demi-matte finish, it won't settle into fine lines or cling to any dry patches. Housed in a luxy glass bottle with a jumbo doe foot applicator for greater control and less waste, this foundation offers highly pigmented coverage that can be layered or diffused to suit your look. Swipe on and blend out to ramp up the foundation for a real skin finish that diffuses blemishes and uneven skin tone. Or let your complexion's natural character shine through using a small amount with a damp beauty sponge for veil-like coverage. Follow with your favorite shades of Conceal and Define Concealer to highlight or contour. And the benefits of this are it's vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, and oil-free. So that is really, really good. So it does claim to be a demi-matte finish. So, you know, if you have oily skin, this could work for you. If you have dry skin, it might be a little too drying, but it also does say that it doesn't cling to dry patches. So we will see about that. I got the shade F2. I have no idea if this shade matches me. I just was doing something quick and I was like, I'm just picking this up. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe Beauty Sponge, and this is the exact same as the concealer. You would just apply it the same way. Now, some people don't like doe foot applicators because this is directly touching your skin. People do feel that it can contaminate your makeup, which it can. I don't really worry about that too much just because I wash my face constantly, so I don't really worry about that type of stuff. So I am just going to, you know what? Before I go in with this, I better moisturize. So I'm gonna go in with the Garnier Moisture Balm, the Skin Active Moisture Balm, just to moisturize my face. I don't really have too many dry patches on my face right now. My nose does get pretty dry in the winter though, so it might look cakey on my nose. I'm not 100% sure. And I always like to bring the moisturizer down my neck because I do blend foundation down my neck. And for primer, I'm going to go in with the Master Prime Primer and Base Blur and Pore Minimize from Maybelline. This is a really good drugstore primer. Now it is a silicone based, so if that does not work for your skin, then I would not purchase this. But it really does make my skin very velvety and smooth. It feels so good on my skin. It almost feels like velvet, and like my skin just feels so nice and hydrated and moisturized after using this primer. And I don't notice that it blocks any of my pores or causes acne, so that is also a plus. So now we're going to go in with the foundation. I'm just going to start with a small amount all over my face. So usually when I go in with doe foot applicators, I apply 2 stripes on my face and then 1 stripe on my chin and usually 2 stripes on my forehead and just a little bit, whatever's left, I'm just going to put on my nose. And we are going to start by blending this out. I definitely recommend this sponge, you guys, from Morphe. I think it's $8, I want to say. It is so good, and it's so cheap, which is great because Morphe has very affordable products. And I know I've talked about them in my previous videos, but if you do want a good beauty sponge and you don't want to pay $20 for the Beauty Blender one, this I definitely recommend. You can get it at Ulta or you can order it on the Morphe Brushes website. So this seems to be blending really, really nice and very easy, which I like. I don't like having to spend a long time on just trying to blend my foundation. So that's a plus. This is very, very quick and easy. It's literally only been 45 seconds on, according to like my camera time, and it's already blended out. What? So the coverage, definitely full. Definitely full. Now I can still see a blemish right here, and I can still see a little bit of redness on my cheeks. So I am gonna go in with a second layer of this because it does claim to be buildable. So, oh, got too much on the brush there, shit. Just going to apply a little bit more. And you always want to make sure you get in your nose creases, and for that I just kind of make this weird face and go in with my sponge. Just like that, so that way there's no creasing in my nose, because I do get, like, if I don't blend it very well and I don't powder it enough, I do get a lot of creasing there. So I do like to spend a little bit of extra time in that area when blending my foundation. Alright, so this foundation looks really, really good on my skin. I don't know if you guys can see, but it does look really, really nice on the skin. And I would say it's demi-matte. It also, touching it, I think it sets itself, honestly, because it's not sticky, it's not tacky, and it's not transferring onto my hand. So it almost seems like you don't even have to set this, which is kind of cool, because if you're running late and, you know, you don't have time to do a full face, you can pretty much, if you put this under your eyes, you can skip concealer and you don't even have to set this because it's already set. What more could you ask for? So yes, this is beautiful. And for only $12, this could beat some high-end brands, in my opinion. I mean, look at this coverage. It looks good, and it's not a flat matte, so I still kind of have like a little sheen to my skin, not too much, but I definitely feel if you are severely oily, or, you know, you're going to be in the heat all day, or you're at work and it's a really, really sweaty environment, I definitely would recommend to set this, just because with the way the finish is now, I do feel like if you're severely oily, it's not going to stay like this throughout your day. So I would recommend setting it if, you know, you're going to be in the heat all day, you're working in a very hot environment. But if you're just doing this just to go run errands, I don't really think you have to set it, honestly. So I'm going to do a full face just to see how other products blend on top of it. So I am going to go in with some concealer, and I'm just going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape. I have the shade Fair. I'm just going to, because there's a lot of coverage with this concealer, I'm just going to put a few dots right under my eyes. I don't like to go overboard with a lot of concealer under my eyes because, like I said, I do have really, really dry eyelids. So I do like to just do a very small amount. So the concealer is blending really, really nicely under the eyes. It looks really, really good. So next I'm going to go in with powder. I'm just going to use the Tarte Shape Tape powder. It is a net, so, you know, when you are putting some in your beauty blender, you just push into the net and it goes on your sponge. And I am going to set the concealer. Now, like I said, if I was just running errands, you know, and not doing strenuous work, for this foundation, I would probably just set anywhere that I put concealer. Now, if I was going to work, due to my work environment, I would set my whole face, but I really don't think it's necessary to set your whole face if you're not, you know, doing anything that's gonna cause more oil production. Because like I said, it does set itself. So for the video's sake, I'm only gonna set the areas that I put concealer in. And now we're gonna go in with bronzer. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi bronzer. I usually don't do too much bronzer. I think I do more contour colors for bronzer instead of actual bronzer colors. So this is something new for me. This is what it looks like. It does have a shimmery sheen to it, which I do like if you want more hydrated skin and, you know, your skin's a little bit drier, you want it to look more hydrated. So I'm just gonna go in with a Wet n Wild brush and apply this all over my cheekbones. This is just gonna bring some color back into our skin. Just gonna apply some to my forehead as well. And you wanna make sure that you blend it into your hairline so you don't have that separation mark from your foundation and your contour bronzer to your hairline. So this is what it looks like. It's very, very light. It's definitely not, you can darken it, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely more of a lighter bronzer. If you have a darker skin tone, this wouldn't work for you. I don't even think it would show up, to be honest. But if you do have a more fairer skin complexion, I think this looks really, really, really pretty on the skin. And like I said, it does give your skin a little bit of a sheen glow, which I do like as well. So now we're going to go in with blush. I'm going to go in with the Milani blush in the color Romantic Rose. And I think it's so cute that it's shaped like a rose. Like, how cool is that? So I'm just going to go in with a Real Techniques blush brush and start by putting this on the skin. Now, when I apply my blush with this brush, I hate applying my blush with this brush, but this is kind of like the only one that I have at the meantime. So the way I like to apply it with this brush is by smiling and tapping it, because I used to just kind of rub it on, which is fine, but I've noticed that with a lot of my foundations and products that I'm using, this brush just kind of can ruin the application underneath the blush. So to make up for it not ruining it, I just kind of will tap it on. And I really don't feel like this brush picks up a lot of pigment. Like, you see how much I'm going in, and not really too much is happening for my skin. So I definitely would recommend not using this brush, but like I said, this is what I have at the time being, so I'm just gonna stick with it. And for highlighter, I've been really liking the MAC highlighter in the shade Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. I think it's just called Double Gleam, honestly, but it's a really, really pretty gold. And I'm just going to apply that on an Morphe R36 and just put this right at the high points of my cheekbones. And you can make this very subtle, or you can make it very blinding, which I like because I prefer a blinding highlight. But it just leaves the most beautiful glow on your skin. And I've been liking to put some highlighter above my brow. This is what the highlighter looks like. Very, very, very pretty. Apply some on my chin and a little on my cupid's bow. And now I'm just going to go in with brows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Taupe. And I'm just going to start by brushing my eyebrow hairs up. My eyebrow hairs look weird, I know. So hopefully filling them makes them look better. So I'm going to start by starting under the brow and just kind of filling in the sparser areas. And then I'm going to go right under the brow here. And I like to fill in above the brow as well. I definitely think this is always my better brow, and then this one always just looks like shit. Can anyone else relate to that? So then I'm just going to fill my brows in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I love this stuff. This stuff makes it so that your brows do not move, but it doesn't make your brows crunchy, which I totally like. I don't like when my brows feel stiff, like I've sprayed hairspray to them. No, I do not like that. So then I'm just going to spray my face with some setting spray and I will be right back. Alright you guys, I am back. I just went ahead and set my face using the Flower Beauty setting spray, the matte Seal the Deal setting spray. I went and applied some of the Lumi bronzer that I put on. I applied it in my crease here, and then I just put on some mascara. The mascara that I used was the NARS Climax mascara. My overall thoughts on this foundation, I really like it. Honestly, my skin looks so good. Definitely is full coverage as it mentions. The demi matte finish, I do agree with. I do stand by that it does leave a demi matte finish. And like I mentioned, it sets itself. I really don't think you have to set this, which is all the more better because it's kind of like an all-in-one, a foundation, a concealer, and kind of like a setting powder all in one if you really think about it. This is what the skin looks like. Hope you guys are able to see. It makes your skin look so smooth and kind of like it has a filter on. Like I feel like I have a smoothing filter on my face right now, and I do not have a smoothing filter on my camera, and if I do have one, I don't know how you find that, and I don't have it on. So the way you're seeing my skin is the way that this foundation is making it look. And I really, really do like it. And for only 12 bucks, I mean, that is cheap for a foundation. Yeah, you know, I feel like the drugstore is really stepping up their game. And I've been really impressed lately with some of the new stuff that they're coming out with, because I love an affordable, full coverage, better than a higher brand foundation on this channel. But yeah, I really do approve this. If you guys want this nice airbrushed finish, I would definitely recommend to pick this up. Like I said, you can go to Ulta, you can order it online at the Makeup Revolution website. But yeah, this is so good, you guys. I think I found a new favorite from the drugstore. I don't have a lot of drugstore foundations. I like this one. I like the Makeup Revolution stick foundation, and I like the Maybelline Fit Me, the matte and poreless one. I really do like that as well. I think this is going to be something that I'm going to use more often, you know, maybe for like an everyday foundation routine, because my skin just looks so good. Like I literally just woke up to film this, and you can't even tell that I was just sleeping. Like it covered all my problems. Like I got 99 problems, but acne, redness, hyperpigmentation, fine lines, scars, ain't one of them. Alright you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit your notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload, so you never ever miss a video. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!